Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap. This is our pre-market trade plan setup where we take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the trends in the different time frames, then we drill down to the levels that we want to trade, where our targets are going to be for the day, and what our possible hypotheses are. Excuse me. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. This is a subscription room. We do live trading and do these morning sessions as well as other webinars and such for education of trading. If you want more information, please send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com or just give me a call, 647-545-8065. Please like me on Twitter @crazy2, and if you want more of these videos, do a search on YouTube for Quantum Leap Futures. Okay, so let's just get the disclaimer out of the way. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand their knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so yesterday we were looking for a rotational day with a little bit of a downside bias if we broke inside of the prior day value area. And our levels played out very well. Actually had a very good trading day. It was a pretty good organized auction yesterday. Came down, tested the lower ATR downside target. Buyers stepped in and rotated us all the way back up, and then we rallied into the close. Didn't quite get the neutral day. We got the double top on the initial balance, but didn't break it, so we didn't get a neutral day. But you can't get much more rotational than what we saw yesterday without having a neutral day. So, of course, this morning, the big news was the non-farm employment change. Expected 201, big miss. They came in at 142, and that just set things off. Unemployment rate pretty much unchanged, and the hourly earnings month over month dropped from 0.2 to 0.0. There's only one other news item. Well, there's two. There's Fisher speaking at 1:30 Eastern, and then there's factories orders at 10. But I think most of the fireworks came off. I got lucky. I got short at 17.75 and was able to write it down. And I'm basically almost where I was yesterday for the whole day. So I might not trade today, but I will certainly be here for analysis. Currently, right now, we have an overnight low down here at 1891 and a high at 2850. So another big Globex range, and we came down and almost tested yesterday's range low at that 1890. We'll get into what I think is going to happen now, but let's start with what we normally do and take a look at the macro to the micro in terms of trends. I like to start with the monthly. I use a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA and a simple candlestick chart. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for slope and separation of the two moving averages and where the the trends are challenged or changing. And you can see on the monthly we have this rotation down below the 9 and the 20. This is setting up very similar to this pattern right here back in 2008 where we came down, and you can see the candles are almost identical. Then we rallied up. I think this is a possibility where, late December, we have another rotational month this month, and then we have December rally, and then possibly rally a little bit into the beginning of 2016, and then we could see the trend accelerate like we saw it here. Just conjecture right now, but you know, I'm just trying to think of what the possibilities are. As it stands, though, the upside trend on the monthly has been eliminated or challenged. We do have a start of a downward trend. We've got good slope and separation. We are maintaining below the 9 and the 20 on the weekly. The weekly trend is down. On the daily, same thing. We, you know, we tried to rally here and then we failed and we're coming back down. And even with the rally yesterday, we've now taken it almost all the back and we're getting some slope and separation on the daily. On the 4 hour, we tried to rally the last 2 sessions and now they've taken most of it back and we're back below the 9 and 12. But there's no trend right now on the 4 hour. There is this naked cross up here at 72.50 on the 4 hour. Going down to the 30-minute, you know, we basically just fell off the cliff. Got a big foo bar right now. Likely going to have to rally back up a bit. I think the key line in the sand is going to be that 1898.75 to the upside, and whether or not we can get back up into the 1900s. Took out this naked cross here. This is a study that I've been doing for many years now, and these naked crosses are very, 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 very seldom left alone. Took out this one on this move, but we created a bunch on the smaller time frames with this move. We've got one here at 22.50 on the 15, and then we've got one right here at 23.50, and on the 30-minute 19.50 as well. So we do have some downside targets. We created, some upside naked cross targets. We've created a technical gap here, likely going to go sideways or slightly up to at some point in time today come up and close this technical gap that we've created off of the news this morning. So let's take a look at the big structure. Yesterday, we had a meeting last night. Howard put the notes in the meeting about running some statistical studies, and one of the things I was mentioning last night is we've got this shift, the microcomposite, this balance area that we've been watching since the significant breakout candle with the value area high at 1969. It's now shifted the low to 1892. The microcomposite VPOC was sitting up here yesterday at the 23.25, and it is now shifted down to the 08 level. So we're now got to shift the value down. That's not good for the longs. We've had this big push down. Now yesterday we had that big run up from the 1890 area, and we've created this wick right here. So we actually almost have had 3 neutral days in a row, and believe it or not, I think we're going to see a rotational day today unless we get below this 1889.50. Below 1889.50, I think we're going to get a trend day down towards this 1875 area. We're trading right now 1895. The value area low is 92.50. You can use that, but you've got the 89 just below, so I'm going to be using the 89 as my key line in the sand below, and I'm going to be using the key line in the sand above at 1898.75. If we get above 1898.75, then we're getting into the value area of the 2 days here with the value area low at 97.50, and you've got the 2-day microcomposite VPOC up here at 03.25. So above 98.75, I'm anticipating a move up into test this 03.50. The value area high for the 4 days is 1902, so just below that 03.50. So if we get up into the 03.50 and we can accept value at 03.50, then I'd be looking for continuation through value on the 2-day microcomposite up into test this 08.25, 08.50, and the value area high here at 10.50. I think our range, if we get if we hold 89.50, our range today is likely going to be from the 89.50 up into the 11.50 area. Very similar, an inside day and getting stuck in this wick right here. If we break below 89.50, then I think we get a bigger move down into the 75, possibly even come down and test the 65 area down here. But we made a big move so far, so likely going to get some chop on the open coming into this RTH session. So let's get our overnight, start moving our numbers over to our chart. So our overnight low, overnight high is 28.50. This next, this target, this 23 that we had for yesterday is the next big target. That was at the microcomposite VPOC, so that's gone. And then our overnight low is currently down at 91. It could expand lower during the course of this this session, so just bear with me. If you see it go lower, let me know, and I'll make the adjustment. We're trading pretty close to it right now. Our overnight VPOC could shift as well. It could shift up to this 18.95 and a quarter. Let me know if it does, but currently right now it's up here at the 23 area, where that former microcomposite was. Okay, and I don't need this right now. Okay, so looking at our current ATR targets, off of the high overnight of 28.50, our 20-day ATR right now is running 38.83. So our ATR target to the downside has already been achieved. Oh no, hasn't. I'm sorry. So put this down here. It's at 89.75. Isn't that special? I'm just going to put it here and then we'll move it up. Okay. Edit. Okay, and currently, and it is 89.75. We get a little bit clustered in here with this overnight low in. And off of 91, 1891, and the 38.83, 1829.75. Why do we watch the ATRs? Because we want to know what the possible range is. And if we expand those range, then we can identify trend days. That's why I'm saying if we get below this this 89 and a quarter, we're likely to get into a trend day because we'll be getting beyond. And it looks like they're going to come down and put in another overnight low below. So we just have to wait and see, and we'll make the adjustment right now. Pretty much a double distribution day. I mean, this is a big area in here and around the midpoint. So I'm going to use the 1910, and here we are. We're expanding down to the downside right now. So I'm going to have to keep moving this overnight low down. So we're coming down to, would we hit the low so far, 89.50. Everything's sitting right on top of everything. So we'll probably get some expansion down. If we break this 89.50, look for them to come down and dip down to this 86 area. Remember, 86 is the range high from Wednesday. So if we get into Wednesday's body, remember we got this naked VPOC down here at 1875. That's also the 2-day microcomposite VPOC where they picked up buyers and rallied on the bigger picture. So how are we going to trade this? Well, it's a little bit clustered here. I'm going to take this area right here at 88 and a quarter, and this is going to be a key trade area for me. This is going to be my key line in the sand. Below. And if we get below that, I always do that. If we get below that, then I'm looking for more of a move down. And I'm not changing my trade areas. I'm going to be using this 80-50. This 80-50 is the value area. Let me just send this to the back. This is the value area high from Wednesday. If we get back inside of that value, I'm looking for a move down to the 77.75 with continuation to take out the naked gap and the naked VPOC. You've got the naked VPOC, you got the naked close, you've got the VWAP and the midpoint from Wednesday, all down here at 75. So this will be a very, very high probable trade if we get inside of yesterday's value or Wednesday's value to come down here and take out this 75. And then all the trade levels that we've been looking at below and the targets are all going to remain the same down here. You've got 68.75. That's the value area low, so I'd be looking for a move through value down to test the value area low, and then once we break out of that value, target 65.75, 61.56, 49, and 48 and a quarter. I don't think we're going to get down there that low. I think the trend extension is going to be between 75 and 68.75 if it sets up. Currently, we've rallied off the overnight low so far, coming back up in the 90s. The first target above, let me get this out of the way, expand this out. The first target above is the 92.50. That's the value area low for the microcomposite, the balance that we've been in for the last couple months. And then the other one's going to be 94.50. And you actually have an HVN here at 95 from yesterday. So I'm actually going to go to 95 on this. And then the next big key line in the sand is going to be that CLVN at 98.75. It is the LVN and the value area low and the IB low from yesterday. So, this is going to be a spot you're going to want to watch very closely because this is going to be our key line in the sand above. Because if we get above there, then I think we're going to get into the 1900s and get our targets to the upside. And our targets to the upside are going to be the 03.75. That's the midpoint. You get the VWAP just above it. And then continuation up into the naked VPOC at 0750. And we've got the microcomposite VPOC at 0850 as well. So I'd be looking for continuation back into the longer term balance up here. And then, the next area that I'd be looking to do business would be up here at the 1050. You could actually even use, and it might be safer to use 1150 down to 1050 and wait to get long above the 1150. The only thing you got to be worried about is you got a little bit of a LVN right here at the 1275. I don't think it's going to be very difficult to get through that because you've got the open and the value area high from yesterday at 1350. So I'm going to use 1350 down into, whoops, not that one. We're going to use 1350 down into that LVN. But I will take the break above the 1150 into the 1350 because I think that's going to be the more important number. And by the time we get up here, we're already set up for an 80% destination value area trade where we've traded through yesterday's value. And above 13, then I think that we'll make a run up to the 1650 area. And then above the 1650, you've got the CLVN at 1750 and the range high from yesterday at 17.25. And if we break above there, we've got the naked close here at 19. Then you got 19, you got the 20.25 as possible responsive seller stepping in, and then a move to take out the overnight VPOC at 23. Believe it or not, there's a 81.7% chance that we come up to this 23. I think we're not going to fall on that side of things today, but you know, we have to look at the percentages. And of course, above the 23, we've got this 25.25 as a trade area, and above that, I'd be looking for you know, taking this this 25.25, and I've got to adjust the what was the low that we just put in there? Did we get his, where's my Globex chart? Yeah, we just ducked down. See, I told you we'd get, if we got below that 89, we'd probably dip down into the 86. We got as low as 85. So our low, which keeps getting lower, is now down at 85.50. And we have to adjust the upside ATR target. So 1885.50 plus the 38.83. Is down to 1944.25. So just below that trade area, 1824.25. Okay, and then all our targets are all up here, but I don't think we're going to see much of a rally above that. You got the overnight high at 28.50. You've got your 31. At 31.75, 35. There's the, I'm going to move the 30, no, 35 stays because you get the 38 naked VPOC in the value area high of this micro composite. And then above that, you've got the 40.50 and 43. Remember how important that 43 was a little while ago. And then above that, 48.75. Why am I going so high? Because I don't know. I mean, we might rally. I just want to know where I'm going to be trading. I don't want to think about it when I'm doing it. I want to do it because I've already thought about it. All right, so let's take a quick look at the Keltner. Currently right now, the Keltner center line is 1890.75, basically the range low from yesterday. If we get above that, a move up to the upper Keltner will take us up to 96.25, just above our 95 target, close to this this IB low and value area low, and the one standard deviation of the VWAP. If we reject the range and we come back down off of the center line, 85.25, obviously going to take out our overnight low and probably come down into this 80 area. Let's take a quick look at gold, shall we? Gold rallied, it came down. Where did I say that they'd find buyers? You know, I've been talking about this. when we fell out of balance, that we'd come down and pick up buyers here at 1106, 1107. Where did they pick them up? They picked them up there, and they're rotating back up. Where did we come back up to? Came back up to the balance that we just fell out of. From imbalance to balance, back to balance. This is classic auction logic theory. This is why I draw my microcomposites the way I do, because I want to know where that value is. I don't know why this is all changed. Let me just fix this. All right, so nothing really changes on this. They came down, they found buyers here, they accepted price back here where they were trying to hold value at the 1114 area, rallied up on the news back into the key balance. The overall microcomposite from 916 through to today, the VPOC is right here at the 32. I think they're going to chop around here today. Probably range up to this 37, 39 area, but if they break the 39 area, look for them to get continuation up into the 1145.50. I wish I was focusing on the ES. I didn't take the trade in gold this morning, and I should have, especially on the news, but I was just so focused on that ES trade that I just wasn't paying attention to what gold was doing. That's the problem with trying to play more than one instrument when you're in thick of the fight, like a non-farm trade. Anyway, above 39.70, I think you got a good shot up to 45, but I think we're gonna get chopped in here between the 37.25 and 26.50. You might want to take the trade if we break below the 29.70. Look for the move down to this 26, and then if some things get really crazy and we get below this 22, look for them to come back down into this 14, between 14 and 18 area. So that's what I'm seeing in gold. All right, so that is going to complete our pre-market session. Again, I'm probably not going to be trading now. If I do anything, I'm going to just take some nibbles because I've already made my day on the one trade. That's going to complete our session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.